Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to learn Terraform from scratch with hands-on project. If you are preparing for DevOps, Cloud, AWS, Azure, SRE interviews, Terraform is one of the most important tools you need to know. So today we can cover the topics like what is Terraform is, why companies use it, how Terraform works internally, how to create infrastructure using code, Terraform state files, variables and outputs, the complete Terraform workflow. These things we are going to cover today. Okay, what is Terraform? Terraform actually, before jumping into this lab, let's understand this problem Terraform resolves. Okay, imagine Terraform. See, without Terraform, like if you wanted to create an AWS resource, I will show you. If you wanted to create an AWS service or resource, or if you want any Azure service to be created, resource to be created, or any GCP, Kubernetes, VMware, anything need to be created manually, you are going to come into that particular Azure means Azure, AWS means AWS dashboard, and if you want EC2, you are going to click on launch instance manually, you are going to fill that and you are going to create that particular resources. But if there is a requirement to create some 50 servers, there are multiple environments to be managed, so at this time we are unable to create like 50 servers at a time. It will be manually very difficult, that will be error prone, becomes very slow, that process will be very slow. So for this, actually Terraform is going to solve this problem. Okay, Terraform is actually an open source infrastructure as a code tool which is developed by HashiCorp. Okay, but if you see here, AWS is also going to provide that type of service which is called cloud formation. If you click on cloud formation, you are able to see here this AWS cloud formation is also going to create automatically infrastructures. This is also infrastructure as a code tool for AWS, and Azure also having Azure templates, which is the one of the service in Azure. But why we are actually using this Terraform? Because Terraform is a infrastructure as a code tool which is open source and which is developed by HashiCorp, and this is actually going to solve the problem like if we are working with multi-cloud environment, if our application is integrated with AWS and Azure or GCP or different type of cloud services, at that time AWS only cloud formation only works with AWS only. Azure is going to work with Azure only. So for that, Terraform what it is going to do, Terraform is going to work with all these services, all these cloud environments at a time. So if we are having a multi-cloud, Terraform will be easy, and Terraform HashiCorp script is also somewhat easy to understand and automates cloud resources creation. Okay, why Terraform we are using? Because Terraform is automated easily, it is automation tool, consistency is there, version control, faster deployment, disaster recovery. So automation means instead of clicking buttons in AWS, Azure, GCP, Terraform creates resources, okay, automatically. Consistency is all about every environment looks exactly the same. Okay, version control, we can store all these data in GitHub publicly, and for faster deployment, this will be fastly deployed by you than you going for manual interventions and all. Disaster recovery also, if your infrastructure is lost, Terraform can recreate it. Okay, then if you see the architecture of Terraform, Terraform, firstly we are going to write the code by using HashiCorp script, and then provider section will be there. According to this provider section, going to pick that particular cloud, which cloud provider is, cloud platform is there. That by using this provider, it is going to pick that AWS provider. AWS, by using AWS API, it will connect to that particular cloud, and it will going to create this resources. Azure also same. Whatever the different environments, different clouds are there, we when using this architecture only, it is going to follow. Okay. Then we are coming into the Terraform now. We can open Visual Studio Code. You can install this. You are able to install by using the C. If you come to Visual Studio Code, download, you can click on this. If you are using Linux, you can go with Linux. If you are using Windows version, you can install. I am using Mac, so I am already installed. Okay, then you can go into this Visual Studio Code. You can open. I am going to open this project DevOps. In this, I am going to create one. Actually, okay. Give me a second. I will create one new folder without any confusion. Come here. Okay. New file. We want new folder, right? So, okay, we can go with project DevOps. Here we can create one folder actually. Where we can create in Terraform, AWS Terraform is there. Here actually in Terraform projects we can create like Terraform basics. Okay. In Terraform basics, again I am going to create a file called main.tf. Okay, so I have already installed Terraform. We can install Terraform. I have already installed Terraform. To install Terraform, what you can do, you come with Google, click on HashiCorp. You can directly click like Terraform installation. If you want to install in Linux or Windows or else in Mac, see, I am going to install in Mac. In Mac, I can click like this. You are able to see that particular HashiCorp wala. Open that. You are able to see these commands. You can click this. You can copy paste these commands and run here. You are able to install this version Terraform. Once you have installed, you can check this Terraform version. You can able to see whether it is installed or not. And extensions also there. You can come here, click on Terraform, and then required Terraform versions you can install. Whether if you are having this tick mark, you can install those type of extensions. For now, I'm just you can ignore those extensions and all. So currently, whenever we are going to work with Terraform, we should be in that current directory. So we are not in that current directory, so we need to go into that. Actually, it is in Terraform. So give me a second. I'm going into that Terraform directory. By using change directory cd, I'm going into that particular Terraform current directory. So main.tf file here is there, okay, which is this one. Now what I can do, I wanted to install, or I wanted to create a AWS EC2 instance. Okay, Before doing that, what is this main.tf file? Okay, to know that, I am going to create whiteboard. Here we can see main.tf. tf is Terraform. Okay, variables.tf. tf is extension of Terraform. Okay, likewise we are having output.tf. We are having Terraform.tf vares. Okay, we are having also provider section as well. Separately we can write this as well, Terraform.provider.tf. provider, sorry. Likewise we can create those Terraform extension files. Okay, firstly main.tf file we are going to create, which is default one. Why we are going to use this main.tf file? This contains actually infrastructure. It actually contains infrastructure resources. Whatever the resource we are going to create, we are going to use this. We are going to use this main.tf file and we are going to mention there. Okay, variables.tf. If there is any variables we need to mention, directly giving that name and all those details in this main.tf. For clean code, we can use this variables.tf file. There we can mention this actually. Defining variables, reusable variables. Okay, and tf vares we use for if we need any information after creation. If we need, after creating any resource, we need any details of that, we can use this output.tf. Okay, and Terraform variables are there. Terraform vares we use for storing actual values. Storing we are going to use. I am going to explain you practically, but I am just explaining what are the main points to be noted. Okay, provider section we use for providing whichever the cloud, providing cloud platform. Okay, whichever the platform we are using, we are going to mention that. Okay, by using this provider, we are going to mention the provider cloud platform. By using APIs, it is going to fetch and it is going to create that resources. Okay then. Terraform will communicate with AWS APIs. Okay, come here. Then we can create one resource actually. Main.tf. Currently I am creating simple one, like provider section. I am not going to create now different sections like different files. In main.tf only I am going to add. Okay, so if you see here AWS, I am going to use AWS, so I am mentioning here AWS. If you want Azure, you can mention Azure. Okay, I want particularly some default region like AWS US East 1 I am using. This is provider section, and this will be somewhat, if you want more details you can also mention. Where you can mention, come to here in Google, you can search like provider for AWS. If you click and if you enter Terraform, you are able to see that particular documentation. Click on that, come down, see you are able to get the details. I'm just Terraform required providers AWS. From HashiCorp we are going to get this AWS version, and it is going to fetch and bring it is going to fetch and it is going to create actually. So I'm just mentioning the few points. This is enough to actually create for now. Okay. Okay, provider section AWS we have mentioned. Next we have to mention what we need to actually create. For that I am going to, for creation we need to use AWS resource. In resource I want some AWS instance to be created. So I am using AWS instance, and name I am going to mention as web server. Okay, then I am going to mention AMI ID, which is default one, important one, so I am going to mention this one. And instance type also I am going to mention. This is extension, that's what it is actually we are able to get like DOM. So this AMI ID instance type, these details we are we don't have, right? We can come to this AWS and we can click on EC2, because we are going to create EC2 with a resource instance we are going to create. Come here and we'll click on launch instance. We are able to see this AMI ID. Copy this one. Okay. Come here and paste here. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. AMI ID is there. Okay. Then instant type also we need. Instant type also you can see here, T2 micro, T3 micro. I want T2 micro only, so I am going with T2. Okay, T2 micro. Okay, that's enough. If you want, you can add other sections also. If you want what are the requirements needs to be added, what are the points needs to be added. If you don't have any idea, come here. You can click on AWS EC2 Terraform. If you click enter, you are able to get those type of scripts. Click here. The HashiCorp code will be here. With data as I said before, data we use for data I didn't expand it. We need for creation we used to go with the resource only. So resource AMI instance type I have given. Tags, if you want to mention the tag, particular tag, you can go with tag also. For now I am not giving the tag section and all. I am directly entering. Okay, I am just saving this one, coming here. But Terraform installed, AWS is there, I have mentioned, I have written the code as well, but I actually not integrated with AWS, so how it is going to do? It is not going to create. So for that, before that, we need to actually configure. As you know, for AWS CLI, we are having, you can also click AWS CLI, you click like this, or CLI, installing AWS CLI. If you click on this, you are able to get these details, steps for Linux, Mac, okay, versions and all. By using this, we can actually install this AWS CLI into your local machine, or else in Linux and whatever you are using. After installation, click on AWS configure. Okay, at that time it is going to ask AWS access key ID. Come here, go into the AWS. Okay, click here, go to account section, or else do one thing. Then going into, you just click on IAM, go to IAM. Here there will be access key ID. In root we are able to have those details actually. Manage access keys, I'm clicking. See, here you are going to have access keys, right? I want to click create access keys, command line and access keys, best price alternatives, others, UX. Okay, just create. Okay, access key ID, come here, click here, enter, click here, copy paste, enter, region default, output format default. Okay, got it. Okay, it got integrated now. Now check that particular directory, whether we are in particular current directory only. Then what we have to do, firstly we are having commands like Terraform Init. So before I am executing that commands, I will explain you those commands as well. Okay, commands which we are going to use in Terraform, which are major commands, main commands: Terraform Init, Terraform Plan, Terraform Apply, Terraform Format, Terraform Validate. These are few important commands which we use. We are also having Terraform Workspace and other commands as well, but currently these are the main commands. Terraform init command is for initialization. This is initialization command. Okay, initialization command. Terraform initialization command. And the plan command is for, actually plan command is not going to execute, it is actually going to preview command. It will not actually deploy something, it is actually going to preview, and it is going to give the output, like if there is an issue it is going to mention you. By using that you can modify that, you can correct it, and you can apply. Okay, apply command is which is like exact command which is going to deploy. Okay, plan command which is for like current state to like desired state, whether it is what it is going to create, and whether there is an issue, it will you are going to understand. Terraform format command is going to check that our format of that particular code. Validate command is also going to validate that script. Okay, so we can use these commands. Terraform Init, I'm going to click on that current directory. You are going to see this initializations, initializing provider plugins found in configuration. Okay, it is actually initializing. Okay, once whenever we are going to initialize, see main.tf file is there, right? So terraform initialization lock file is going to create. So now this is going to lock actually. So with this file, if someone else is also working, your colleagues are working, then they are unable to access now. So because we are actually working, we have initialized. So now what we can do, by using terraform validate whether that code is good or not, we can check. Success configuration is valid, so we can go with Terraform Plan. It is going to preview actually. See, 1 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. So 1 is going to create here. Okay, what it is going to create you are able to see here, and those details you are also going to get. And now Terraform, see here only lock and Terraform uh, file got created. Now you just observe here as well. Now we are going to apply Terraform apply. So Terraform state file lock information, this got created. Terraform state file got created. So I'm going to enter yes, we want to create. So what is there, we are having some issue, which is EC2 instance API image D does not exist. Okay, MID does not exist. So okay, we can cross check. Is there any issue here? Come here, come to EC2, click on this, come to instances, no instance are there, launch instance, AMA ID you can see here. You can actually T3 micro is there. Where is T2 micro here? T2 micro is not available. T3 micro only is available here. Okay, give me a second, we can change this to T3 micro, and MA ID is again I'm just copy pasting. If there is an issue, it will be rearranged. Okay, now save this, use Terraform Init command, will initialize. I am using Terraform Plan. It is going to check Terraform state file, it is going to take the status, it is going to store, and I am going to use Terraform Apply command. Yes, enter. Again we have an issue, image ID AMID, it does not exist. Okay, we can take some other, click on this one, other AMI, we can use this one. Okay, come here, use this one. So I'm going to do T2 micro only, we will see. Yes, Terraform Init. Terraform directly I'm using apply command, there is no preview required now. I'm just clicking yes. Again we are facing creating instance image ID, it does not exist. Instance web server, what is happening here? Why it is not? Sorry. Yeah, it is actually this user unable to create. Simply I am trying to create manually here. AWS EC2 T2 T2 not the T3 only. Okay. Default. I'm just clicking on enter. I'm just launching. Okay. Launch instance. Now instance is ready. Then why we are unable to create using Terraform? Okay, click on this. We'll try another time, and or else I will change the account and we'll do. Okay, Terraform Apply. Yes. Okay, there is some issue here. Okay, leave this instance. We can create some other thing, like we can create S3. We can create S3, AWS S3 we can create S3 bucket. Give here something like S3 my bucket, just something, sorry, okay, bucket is equal to some unique name we have to give here, so I'm giving this only. Something like this. Okay, save, remove this one. Terraform Init, command is not saving actually, control S. Terraform Apply. Yes. Now it got created, right? Come to S3. Come to S3. Yes, my S3 bucket list 000. It got created. As I am using AWS S3 bucket was created. If you want, if you go into this, if you want buckets, a file or something like object, if you want, you can use AWS S3 object here in place of bucket. Then you are going to create that buckets object as well. So once it is created, we can, by using Terraform Destroy command, we are able to delete as well. Yes. Now it is deleted. Come here, come to buckets. No buckets, it got deleted. Manually we have not performed this. By using Terraform, automatically we have performed. Come to EC2 once again. on dashboards. I think I have created and I have deleted it. Now again once again I am trying to create instance. Okay, yeah, I'm going to create a AWS instance once again. Sample okay AMI AMI launched instance. Come here, copy this one, paste. Instance type T2 micro is available. T2 dot micro. Okay. Okay. Remove this one. Save it. And then we can actually initialize. Then plan then apply. Can see whether it is working now or not. Here if you see nothing is available here. Can see yes. Now it is creating. Yeah, here you are able to see the state file backup also, state file log information also. See, log file is all about it is locked now. So other resource, if someone is also trying to access this one, they are unable to access. So now you can refresh this one. Now this got succeeded. Now this instance got created. Okay, by using Terraform. I don't know why previously it is not having issue. What is the issue? I don't know. But after again trying to recreate, we got created. So we can destroy now by using Terraform Destroy. We're also having commands like we can use like output also, like by using output tf output block we can actually check whether those details also we can also fetch. Like wait, let me show you that as well. We can use output block, and I want some, what is the public IP I am using there, what is it is actually using. I'm opening the brackets and I'm going to mention the value. What AWS instance example dot public IP I want. So public IP I'm going to mention here, and then I'm going to save this one. Again I'm going to initialize, then again I'm going to apply. Without plan command I'm directly applying now. So we'll show you. Yes, enter. Yeah, you are able to see this 3.80.116203. Come here and click on this C3.80.116203. This is the output value, public IP value. So likewise we can use different blocks and create details as well. We can destroy now. Okay, so these are simple things which we have covered today, but there will be a lot of resources need to be created in production level. Different environments are there, so where that should be going to know all these details. The basics are very important for now. Okay, it will destroy. Meanwhile we can discuss about other topics which we are able to see today. We have, while creating, we have seen Terraform state file. Okay, what is the state file? File which is going to store infrastructure, file that stores infrastructure information and resource mapping. Okay, whatever the current state is there, it is going to store in the state file. This state file is very important. If we lost the state file, the whole data will be lost. So we will not keep this state file publicly. We will store this in remotely. So if we will store this in cloud, so remote it is called as remote backend, stores state file remotely. Okay, like in S3 bucket, or else in Azure means we are going to store in Azure blob storage, and we are not going to store in GitHub also. We need to store in S3 bucket, and we can, by using DynamoDB, we will lock that so that nobody able to change that state file or delete. Okay, so state locking also we have seen now. State locking is also going to prevent multiple users. Multiple users are working at a time. By using this state lock, it is going to actually prevent modifying states simultaneously. If I am working simultaneously, if some other resource also working on that, that will be in conflict. So whenever I am going to initialize, that will be locked, so other colleague or other person who is unable to access that one. So okay. Sorry. So today we have covered about how to integrate with AWS, how to create EC2 instance, how to create S3 bucket, how to destroy, Terraform Init commands, providers, resources. These all things we have covered. So I will also explain what resource section we are using for creating any bucket. Data section we are using for if we are having any sort of information which is not created by Terraform, like by Terraform, we need some information, the default information of AWS EC2 or EKS or something. by using this data we can get those details. Okay, variables block we have already discussed. We had also discussed about output also we have already discussed output block. See this one, output block, resource block, provider block. Likewise different blocks also will be there. Mostly in upcoming classes I will explain those things as well. For now, these are the main things I just wanted to explain you. In future classes I'll explain about modules also, modules, workspaces, and if we lost the state file, this if we lost the state file or someone deleted the state file, how we are going to get that? These things are definitely very important question in interview point of view. That one we can discuss. And also we are also having some provisionals also. Terraform provisioner section also is there. Terraform provisioner, different provisioners are there. Those things also we can discuss in future classes. For now, that's it. Thank you.